The Nathan Akerman Fine Arts Studio has thrived over the past 12 years I've been in business, and we've never been more vital. I'm even expanding my staff. The suggestion that we are anything other than financially sound is an insult.
Well, let me add some injury to that insult. This shredded document says Rachel Maddox was suing you for a breach of contract.
Perhaps I should have mentioned that, but really, such minor disagreements are common in a business of this nature. All I can think of is that many of my clients are wealthy, and I'm dealing with artists constantly, and those are two classes of people who are known to use recreational drugs. Someone apparently used them in my back office without my knowledge.
Even though you keep it locked?
Well, if that's the case, it's a violation of my trust. I'd be lying if I said that those two weren't capable of such tasteless shenanigans, but it obviously didn't take place in my presence.
No, just in your gallery, in your back office. Is there anything else you neglected to mention?
Insults upon insult. I cooperate fully, and this is what I get. But it might be possible that Rachel and Mark brought that meth into my space. After all, if they were capable of semi-public fornication, what weren't they capable of?
Good point. Only we found drugs in your safe.
Maybe they found some way to get past the lock, and planted those drugs in there to cause me difficulties. Rachel was suing me after all.
I'm afraid not. Toxicology on Rachel came up negative for meth.
No, I'm getting back on my feet. It's a phase in the life of a successful business. Yes, I've stared bankruptcy in its foul face, but not because of any malfeasance or incompetence on my part. It's the unreliable likes of these artists. And Patrick Milton is the poster child of these irresponsible flakes. And since I am indeed filing Chapter 11, the threat of a lawsuit means nothing.
Maybe so, but that stash of meth means something. Like you're dealing, maybe?
I keep hearing you want to cooperate, Mr. Akerman. That works better without lies.
I do not deal in drugs. That was a misguided effort on my part to buy a commodity that I could turn around and give to Patrick Milton in exchange for some of what I owed him, and make a sort of profit doing it. I had to keep him happy, because the money Rachel Maddox would pay for the wedding artwork would have gone a long way toward getting me out of this financial hole. Is that forthright enough for you?
But you didn't get art from Patrick, or money from Rachel, so you struck back at the both of them and grabbed that statue. Killing two stones with one bird.
I killed no one. I mailed a package.
If you did, it wasn't at your regular shipping service, because nobody there remembers seeing you. We've even checked their surveillance tapes, and you aren't starring in them. You don't even make a cameo appearance.
I do have an alibi. I really do. But it's rather embarrassing. You see, I was with my dreadful term, bookie. Here I am, a long-time Vegas resident, and I make the same mistake as the stupid tourist. I tried to get ahead by betting, and what money I did have, I lost. As you probably already know, I am financially ruined, finished. But I've said I'd cooperate, and I will. Here's the number to call to confirm.
Akerman's alibi checks. He was with his bookie, all right. But we got him on ice for holding and possibly dealing. You're in luck. One of our hawk-eyed detectives found your turkey in a dumpster by the gallery. It's got a broken beak and a few other surprises. Give it a close look.
Hey, Warwick, I could use an update on the art gallery homicide.
Sure. First, our new CSI is all over this thing. We've already got time of death and the murder weapon.
Not bad for your first night.
Yeah, well, let's not break our hand patting our back. We got miles to go before we sleep. Plenty of leads, but no firm suspects. Any ideas, Kat?
Sometimes the evidence we collect has more evidence on it. I suggest you give all your evidence another hard look. Murder weapon, especially. May find something key toward completing your trinity.
Okay, rookie. You heard the boss. Let's go back to square one with fresh eyes. Who's to say where this substance came from, since our murder weapon was found in that damn dumpster? Collected, though. You never know. Till you know. So, the perched predator had a feast for his last supper. Let's test the blood to see what type of mammal was on the menu. Why don't you try the DNA analyzer? Bingo! That custom paint from Patrick's brushes matches the paint on the murder weapon. Well, the blood on the beak is Rachel's, and the beak fits the wound, so we have our murder weapon. But who killed her?
This is a match. This was the item used to bludgeon Rachel to death. The puncture wound is consistent with the hawk statue's beak, plus the fragment I recovered from the head wound matches the beak.
You've got some good evidence on Patrick. I can call a judge and get a search warrant to cover anything with paint on it. Is that wide enough of a brush for you?
Suppose there's no way of avoiding this. Why I should want to protect that son of a bitch Akerman, I'll never know. Call it misguided loyalty, but anyway, financial problems is an understatement. He owes me thousands, and over these past 6 months or so, he's come up with some, shall we say, unconventional ways of reimbursing me when cash wasn't handy. Well, he offered me his second car, a big screen television from his former rec room, any number of nice, but honestly second-hand items. I took a few of these offers just to help out, but Nathan's still into me for, well, let's just say the notion of him suing me is amusing. I know he often accepts cash payments from clients, for reasons you could probably guess, detectives that you are. If not, ask the IRS. Sometimes he's had enough cash in that safe of his to paper those gallery walls.
What safe are you talking about?
Oh, it's in his back office / stock room. Keeps documents, sales records, and so on in there, I believe.
Well, with cash in that safe, maybe you broke in to claim it was yours, and Rachel Maddox just happened to be there, after hours. The very person you wanted to avoid.
Ridiculous! That's slander!
So sue me.
That's outrageous! There's nothing here that has anything to do with your stupid investigation. You're violating my sanctuary.
Well, you're violating this warrant. Move. So this is the famous painting in progress. Blue paint. But is it the blue paint? Now here's the statue our artist friend was finishing up the night before the wedding. The Vic had an ego, all right. I don't see any paint on her, though. A suspicious bag of powder. Now this paints a whole new picture, doesn't it? Killer tickets for the hottest show in town, night of the murder. Boy, you're lucky when you land these. Someday our prince will come, and this is it. Let's get this over to the lab.
Well, a friend of mine gave them to me. I took him to be nice. Didn't really have any interest in that commercial stupidity.
So it must be some friend to give you such expensive tickets. And you must be pretty well off to toss something you could resell for a couple $100. So who's the friend?
I don't remember. A guy I talked to at the corner restaurant, I think.
We'll see about that. The print matches Rachel. Patrick Milton, having them in his possession, ties him directly to her. Paint from the art studio matches the murder weapon. Maybe Patrick tried to deliver that painting after all. He grabbed his own artwork and swung it hard. This matches the same batch of meth from Akerman, so it appears they have a distinct relationship, and it's not legal.